Have you ever wondered why some people are more feminine, some people are more masculine in nature? Have you ever wondered why some people are more boyish or more girlish in spite of the gender they are in? Okay, they might be a boy or a girl, man or a woman, effeminate men or masculine women, man in a woman's body, as one of my neighbors likes to tell about his spouse. She's a man in a woman's body. Why does this kind of a thing play out? Well, we come to the right place. Let's check it out. We are talking now in the healing series of astrology about the 27 constellations of the moon, or also called the lunar mansions. Now we are talking about the male and the female genders of the nakshatras. They have genders, by the way. That will tell you why this kind of a thing goes on. Why some men are more feminine, some women are more masculine. Okay. First off, keep an eye on that chart over there, which is kind of getting very complicated now, as you can see, with too many colors. The legends are at the bottom right corner over there. And I have stuck in something here which I will come to later, the zodiac signs, the 12 zodiacs. This table here which I'm pointing to is the 12 zodiacs. And if you're listening on my podcast, watch the YouTube. Each constellation has a blue dot, which stands for a male, and a pink dot, animal and a bird. This is the representation. Now this in itself is a huge topic. You can see in the outermost band, let's say starting from Ashwini Nakshatra, the first one in the Aries, it stands for a blue dot horse, a male horse. And it's got an eagle. The next one to that, Bharani Nakshatra, has got an elephant with a blue dot. That means a male elephant and a male crow. That's a crow over there. Kritika Nakshatra has got a female goat and a female peacock. Mrigshira here, keep following as I'm pointing my mouse. So Rohini Nakshatra over here has got a male cobra and a male owl. So, and it goes on and on and on, all across, right up till 27 nakshatras. Each one has a male and female bird and male and female male and female bird and male and female animal. Now the way I see it, now this is my take on it, reflecting upon it, thinking upon it, looking at my own chart, looking at different sources, books, etc., etc. It's a long story there. But what I am seeing here, the way the ancients of India tried to tell by telling this story as a representation of each nakshatra with an animal and a bird and a male and a female, that's what we are talking about here. Basically, they are trying to tell you about the instinct the person carries. This is about instinctual behavior. Even if you go scientifically, genetic engineering, right? Even if you go scientifically, human DNA contains the DNA of all of these animals that you see there on the chart, around the pie. All of them. We contain all of their DNA. And DNA-driven behavior is very, very subconscious. These nakshatras are mainly pointing towards what they could be. What is your instinctual drive? And the way I see it, these symbolize the instinct, living, mating, hunting styles of each animal. How do they live like lifestyle? Do they live in isolation, for example? Or do they live in a flock when it comes to birds or animals? Do they like to hunt singularly, or do they like to hunt in a pack for their food whenever they go for food? What are their instincts, right? The bird stands for mind, mental ability and agility of the mind. How agile are you in your thinking process? This is my own take, by the way. Okay? Take what resonates, leave it if it doesn't. Animal stands for bodily functions, eating and drinking and mating habits. So that is why when they do the chart, this is used a lot in relationships, when they use the chart comparison, they see the male sign, the male nakshatra is more compatible with the female nakshatra. Especially male nakshatra being in a man's chart and female nakshatra being in a female's chart. The moon, the ascendant, and so many other things, maybe Venus and Jupiter also, okay? But you have to take these genders into account because our DNA contains all of them, and every chart is placed in one or the other of these nakshatras, and every ascendant is placed in one or the male or the female, And so is the moon placed in male or female. So is Venus placed in male or female. So it shows us what is masculine and feminine tendency. Number 5, we come to the point number 5 there. What is masculine and feminine tendency? My take on it, from all the studies that I have done, even in the esoterics and everything else, a masculine tendency is the energy which rises up. It's the one that sits on top of the crown. It's the energy of stability, of stationary, of just being pure consciousness. It's a stable observation point, highest point, I'm talking spiritually here. Stable observation point of pure consciousness, the Shiva aspect. It's pure, it's here. The masculine, the purest masculine is here. Okay. The feminine aspect is the one who comes into creation and creates. She is the creator in the physical. Everything in creation is Shakti. It resides at the base of the Kundalini, base of the spine. That is Shakti energy. So between the polar opposites of masculine and feminine at the base of the spine, the tailbone, all the creation happens. All the chakras come in between these 2 points, right? Even if you look at it from the tantric perspective. So that's what masculine and feminine is. Feminine is the one who is actually creating. Even if you take the animal kingdom, even if you take that lioness over there in between sign number 11 and 12, between Capricorn and Aquarius, if you see there's a lioness along with peacock, Dhanishta. That's a lioness. Even in the animal kingdom, like lions and lionesses, it's always the lionesses that go to hunt, and in a pack. The lion just sits over there, yawning away and farting around, right? He doesn't do anything much. It's the female who goes and hunts, female who goes and gets prey for the whole pride to eat, right? You can see these trends, and if you want to study more, you can study more, obviously. Study the behavior of the birds for how your mind is functioning. If your ascendant is in Swati Nakshatra, go and study how the pigeon is functioning, because Swati Nakshatra is a pigeon sign. Male pigeon, how does it function? How does it behave? How does it fly? Does it fly high? Does it fly low? Does it generally tend to fly more or less? The bird behavior, wherever it is shown here, is pertaining to the mind, in my opinion and in my analysis. The animal behavior is the animal instinct of our hunting, living style habits, mating style habits, all of that stuff. So that's what I have come across in general. Even the sleeping. How do you sleep? How do you eat? The basic functions. We are talking about instincts here, okay? This I tried searching everywhere on the web. I could not find a comprehensive thing, so I'm just basically trying to start a conversation here. You can go to the Vedic textbooks and everything and try and research this part of astrology. You might not find many materials there, I can assure you that. So back to this pie chart. How many are there? How many male and female? Well, you would think it's equally balanced. It isn't. There are 8 male nakshatras, 16 female nakshatras, and 3 neuter ones, which I have labeled here in the logo legend down, right? Female is pink, male is blue, and green is neuter. Neuter means neither male nor female. So those are the neuter ones. Marikshira is neuter, Mula is neuter, and Shatabhisha is neuter nakshatras. And the blue ones in the outermost belt are all male. The pink ones, just a stereotype, pink ones are all female nakshatras. And you can see even the pink dots everywhere and blue dots everywhere, right? This is a huge topic. We can talk about it lots, but the predominant thing I want you to notice here is there are double the amount of female nakshatras than there are male nakshatras. This itself shows the tendency of the nakshatra is to ground, is to want materialistic gain. I want money, I want that woman or man, I want that child, I want that house, I want this car. Materialistic, it has got a materialistic drive to it. It wants to make things happen in the physical world, in all of this world, okay? That's the tendency of the female energy. The male energy are only 8, half of them, which are all of this. which falls in the sign of Aries. Aries is very strongly male because both the nakshatras falling are masculine. And you can keep doing research like this. Like I said, you can sit with this all day for months. If you take the next one, in Taurus, the dominant two nakshatras are Kritika and Rohini. Kritika is female with sun in it, and Mrigashira is male with moon in it. How is that? One would think sun should be male and moon should be female, right? But that's not the way it is. And if you want to go further, I have even marked the previous ones. The below, the second belt after the outermost belt is all the Ganas, the Dev Gana, Manusha Gana. You remember that one, last one, right? That also I have marked here. So Kritika is Rakshasa Gana and it's female. So females in Kritika will be really materialistic. For example, ascendant moon you should check, okay? So this can create a very interesting combination of people's base mentality and instinct. I won't even say mentality, I would call it instinct. It's about instinct here. We are talking only masculine energy, which is more to do with mental mind, female, which has to do with grounding body, procreation, making children, making houses, making wealth, conserving wealth, material aspects. How do you function in this creation? We all need both. Okay, so I'll leave you with this one. If you are new to my channel, you can subscribe and we shall take it further. Oh, I forgot one last bit. This table over here, this is the male-female energies within the zodiac signs. This 1 to 12, the innermost belt. Okay, the innermost belt 1 to 12 are also predominantly female. There are 5 male signs, male driven energy. Think of it in energy, not in the bodily part of it. Male is masculine and feminine are creational energies. It has nothing to do with what gender you are born in. You can be a woman and be very masculine, and man and very feminine, right? So the 5 blue marked ones are the only male signs. The rest of them all are female. If you want to go one step further and analyze the zodiac also. Also, you can see here, all the tamasic signs, zodiac signs, not nakshatras, don't confuse here. All the tamasic signs belong to the female. See that? You take Aquarius, you take Capricorn, you take Scorpio, and you take Virgo. All are female signs, the zodiac, and they are all tamasic. There is not a single tamasic male sign. What does this tell you? There's nothing wrong with tamas, by the way. People try to demonize tamas a lot. No. You need the material body to function. Shakti is the one that creates the entire creation. You need to be in creation. Otherwise, you'll just be nothing, a spirit, right? You can't function, you can't do anything with spirit. You're pure conceptual energy form. So, one of the things I take away from the zodiac part of this is the male is born either to move energy, which is Rajas, if you're following that table there in the center, or it is Sattva. There is no Tamas energy for the male. This is why male have a difficult time and more tendency to get carried away by the women, carried away by the feminine force, which wants to show that here is the proof, here is the material aspect. What are you gaining from this? What are you gaining from that? Whereas the masculine sign, if the predominant nakshatras and zodiac is masculine, you will tend to think, no, how do I give service back to others? No, how do I give this thing, my knowledge and wisdom and service to others? That's the tendency. It can be in a man or a woman, by the way. So I'll leave you with that, and take care, be safe, subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate that, both on podcast and on YouTube. And thank you for all your likes, shares, subscribes. Have a safe day.